Hi, I'm Kamal Kaur and welcome to another episode of Storytime. So today I've got another lovely book to read and it's stories about Sikh traditions and it's by Dr. Kanwaljit Kaur. So before we start, let's get comfortable where we are. Deep breath in, boys and girls. Big deep breath in and out. Waheguru. Bhai Kanahiya. Water, water, cried a soldier. Fighting had become very fierce for the past several days, and from early morning both sides had been giving each other a very tough time. The hot sun burnt down relentlessly on the dusty plain. Sweat poured off the soldiers' brows, and their bodies flagged with exhaustion. By evening, the battlefield was laid with the dead and the dying. The dead and wounded lay side by side, even heaped together on the ground. The air was filled with cries of pain from the wounded. Guru Gobind Singh Ji, the 10th and the last human Guru, and the Sikh community were defending themselves with very meagre resources against the Emperor's mighty armies. The Guru had preached equality of all people, irrespective of their background, caste, colour or creed. He taught that there is but one race, and that is the human beings. The bigoted Mughal Emperor Aurangzeb could not accept equality in all humans. He wanted to convert his subjects to Islam, and he committed untold atrocities to his non-Muslim subjects. Guru Gobind Singh Ji and the whole community were subjected to indescribable suffering. They were thrown out of their homes and had to take up arms to defend the innocent public. On this occasion, when the Emperor's forces attacked Guru Gobind Singh Ji, Kanahiya was assigned the duty of providing water to the wounded. As dusk fell, Kanahiya slung a thick water bag around his neck and walked on the battlefield, picking his way through the wounded and dying soldiers. He would bend down and give water to the wounded and thirsty soldiers. He heard the cry, "Water, water," and quickly moved towards the sound and gave water to the dying soldier. At every sign of life, Kanahiya poured a few drops of precious water in the mouths of the wounded. Many of them revived, and his cheerful, loving words brought them hope. A group of weary Sikh soldiers spotted him and recognized the water carrier. As they watched him more closely, they noticed that he was giving water not only to the Sikh soldiers, but also to the wounded enemy soldiers as well. One Sikh soldier shouted, "Hey Kanahiya, what are you up to? Can't you tell the difference between the Sikh and the enemy soldiers? Have you taken leave of your sense? We fight all day for our lives, and you're giving water to revive our enemies." But Kanahiya didn't pay attention to the Sikh and carried on giving water to all the friends and foes. One soldier grabbed Kanahiya and said, "If you don't stop helping the enemies, I'll..." At this, one of the other soldiers put a hand on his shoulder and stopped him. He suggested, "I think we should take him to Guru Gobind Singh Ji and to not take the law into our own hands. He would know what to do with Kanahiya." They all agreed and hurried to find the Guru. On reaching the Guru's tent, they complained bitterly. "Are we supposed to be fighting the enemy or what? How can we ever win? Kanahiya is giving water to the enemy soldiers and reviving them so they carry on fighting against us. He is either a traitor or he has gone mad." The Guru listened to them calmly and asked his Sikhs to bring Kanahiya. The Guru was not going to jump to any conclusions. He was not called the true Guru for nothing. The Sikh soldier brought Kanahiya as a prisoner. The Guru said, "My Sikhs have complained that you've been helping the enemy soldiers and you are a traitor to the Sikh cause. What have you got to say to this charge? Please explain." It's not true, said Kanahiya. I am a water carrier. It is my duty to take the water to the wounded and the dying. So when the battle ended today, I took the water round to the injured soldiers. This is true, but when I saw him with my own eyes, he was giving water to the enemy, interrupted a Sikh. The Guru asked again if this charge of giving water to the enemy was true. Kanahiya said, when I was taking water round the battlefield, I saw no Muslims, no Sikhs, no friends, no enemies. I only saw God's people. I was practicing what you taught us. O Kanahiya, you are a true Sikh, said Guru Gobind Singh Ji, hugging him tightly, eyes filled with joyful tears, and he reminded everyone that we are fighting this war to hold on to our faith. Our faith teaches us that everyone is equal before God's eyes, with a right to life and freedom to find God in their own way. Kanahiya has shown us a true spirit of seva in God's creation. You are a true brother to everyone. From now on, you will be called Bhai, meaning brother. He also ordered that Bhai Kanahiya should also give ointment so that he can also apply it to the wounds of the injured soldiers, whether they were Sikh or Muslim. Really hope you liked today's stories based around food and drink and how we sit together as Sikh and we enjoy a meal, but also how we should always do good and help others. I'll see you soon for another Storytime episode.